Yes, Reds, welcome back to another edition of the Hot Kopics podcast with myself, AGT, and the main man, Freestyle DM, on your screen as well. How are you, fella, on this glorious evening?
Fantastic. All the good adjective words, as I always say. We just won 5-0, mate. What else do you want? We've had three great results over Christmas. It's been a
And have
boss
you had
time
a
of year,
roast
lad.
dinner today?
What have I actually eaten today? I had wild boar pasta, yeah.
Wild
And
boar
then,
pasta.
and then, do you know what I had for me tea, actually? Yeah. Red veg and sausage, lad. You on it?
Sausage.
So,
Oh,
like, yeah, you know it? Peppers and
you
tomatoes and red
definitely lived
onions
in
and that.
London for too long, bro. Wild boar
Nah,
and
but
that. That's
that
crazy.
that probably helped us win the game today, me eating the red veg, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe in another world, potentially.
I
Guys, smash
definitely
that
have lived
like
in London too
button.
long.
You must be over the moon right now. We're recording this about an hour after full time from West Ham 0 Liverpool 5. Get your likes in, your comments to the following. We're going to be speaking about Trent's contract situation,
No, I'm gonna have to.
recent rumours with La Marca saying that he's agreed to join. We're going to be speaking obviously about this massive 5-star performance from Liverpool, and then we talk about the big one next week, Manchester United. We're talking about. So smash that like button, get your hot Kopics in. Obviously, as you can see, we're not in the studio, Doyle, but as you know,
Mm,
people at home know the Christmas schedule is all over the place. People are up and down. I'm in
yeah.
London tomorrow morning, and I am going to be on DR Sports weekend roundup. So looking forward to that as well. But yeah, we're online today. We'll be back in the studio next week when we react to us beating United, hopefully. So show
Hopefully,
us the
lads.
same love. Show us the same love, even though we're online today. Get them comments in as Liverpool take the piss, Doyle. Right, we'll
Yeah.
start chronologically. Um, Now, listen, the first chance of the game, the big chance came from another, unfortunately, sad to say it, Andy Robertson mistake where he's
Yeah,
caught
lads.
slacking a little bit. And obviously, the ball ends up with Jared Bowen, who crosses it. And if it's a better finisher, I mean, Lucas Paqueta, a good player, but he
He
slips
fell over,
over.
didn't he? He just fell over. We're lucky that he fell over, lad. That is a different landscape of the game if he scores that completely. That was
Yeah.
lucky, very lucky, lad.
What did you think of when you saw it was Robbo, who's kind of dilly-dallying a bit on the ball? Doesn't help the argument for that we're, as Liverpool fans, we're trying to defend him. Doesn't really help us when he does stuff like that.
It does seem like he's got a little mistake in his game every now and then, doesn't it? Recently, he's had one against Fulham. He had one against Madrid when he gave the pen away.
Arsenal earlier on in the season.
Arsenal, yeah, against Saka.
And, and what you
Not
don't
having a
want
great
to do
time, lad. You're
is
fuming at him, lad. You don't want to
what
get on
you
his back, like, but you're still fuming at him, like,
yeah,
what's
of
he doing,
course.
lad?
We're fuming at him for falling asleep there because, as you say, if that goes in, the outlook onto clawing ourselves. I mean, listen, we still would have won the game if that did go in. I'm very confident, but these little details, these maybe taking a second longer than he did 5 years ago. What you don't want to do, what I was going to say, is what you don't want to do is pile on, because yes, we can name
Yeah,
5 mistakes in the league this season, but we can also name 10 really good games as well.
exactly,
Um,
lad.
so it's difficult to really judge it. But I think if you watch the fan cams last night, because this is obviously going out this morning, but last night, Akeem, Mario, we were talking about Robbo and is it time to go in the market? But again, we did get lucky, like Doyle said. But the first goal, Doyle, we capitalized, a little breakaway, bit lucky. The ball kind of deflects back onto Diaz, but nothing
Good
lucky
finish,
about
lad.
that finish, Doyle. That's now, I
We
think,
deserved it.
10 goals, 11 goals for the season. And that's a clinical finish from Lucho, man.
He's brilliant at the moment, any lad, he really is. We deserved it, though. I'd say we were plucking away, plucking away. There was a chance that we had very early in the game. I think it was Cody Gakpo threaded
Yeah,
it through to Mo Salah. And
should
it
be
was
scoring.
looked a brilliant ball, by the way, insane. It looked insane. But then Mo Salah just couldn't slot it. Areola read them. But we had a few chances. It looked like we were bound to score at some point, and Lucho just got it for us. We needed that first goal, lad. I think that was the time when West Ham had sort of dropped, because we got three in quick succession after that, right? Or two more in quick succession. First goal was Boss. Second goal, who was it? Went on to, I don't
Second
remember
goal
right
was,
now.
oh my God. So it was Gakpo, and it was that assist from Mo Salah, which in the interview after, he did admit that it wasn't an on purpose nutmeg on
Oh yeah,
Maverick.
that lad, he just done some kind of like Bobby reincarnated stuff there, didn't he, lad?
Dennis
It was like,
Bergkamp, Bobby Firmino.
you know what it was, right? It was like he knew there was a player there, so he had to react, and he reacted in a different type of way, which caught everybody off guard, including himself. He definitely didn't mean it, lad,
Yeah.
but it was successful, and everything that he touches at the moment, like literally everything, lad, is turning to gold. Because then they go on to the next goal, and to be honest with you, wasn't even a chance, lad. It was an half chance, right? He's hit it near post. But the keeper should be saving that as well. But with the
Do you know what,
form that
bro?
he's in and the look that he's getting, lad, in certain areas as well, it's brilliant, lad.
I
It's
agree with everything
unbelievable.
you say. When you're in that purple patch, more often than not, you'll get the rub of the green. It's just how the game goes. The
It's
harder you
mad.
work, the luckier you become in a way. But if you see the replay of that goal, he's almost setting up to bend it round the player. So Areola almost goes to the right half of the goal.
Yeah,
And then with not much backlift, he kind of whips it, but it's still a side foot. It's a very aggressive pass, if you will. It's not like a laces strike, but
yeah.
kind of put it back into the other corner, and it actually doesn't go right in the corner. And obviously Areola gets a hand, but it's just the power. It's just the power of the fella that
It's the
beats
awareness, lad.
Areola there.
He just knows where the goal is at literally any point on the pitch. You know what it is for me? It's like, do you know when you're receiving the ball and you're almost backpedaling a little bit? You know, you're
Yeah,
running sideways, you're running backwards a little bit. You're not full on straight on one with the goalie. It's his ability to have that peripheral vision to just find whatever spot he needs to find. It's ridiculous. And
yeah,
I think you're right. I think Guardiola was expecting him to sort of whip it round the bodies. So I'm going to disguise this shot like he did last game against Leicester, but he just didn't see it at near post, and that's his arsenal and variety of finishing is just ridiculous. He can catch it out at any point. It's only sort of reminded me of. Do you remember when we first got him in his first season? Yeah,
yeah.
he'd have about 9 chances a game, lad. He would. He'd have like
Well, he had
gilt-edged
8 shots
chances,
today.
and like some of them were big chances, lad, and he
Yeah,
missed them. But he just inevitably scores because he's always in the right position, and he's having such a massive effect on our games. I think he scored like. Is it like
20.
how many involvements now? Is it like 29 involvements or something stupid?
I think
Sort of
he's got
crazy.
across the
Goals and
season.
assists.
No, it's in the 30s now, bro, because he
Is
scored
it?
20 goals this season, but I think he's on like 14 assists, 13 or 14
It's it's
assists.
it's,
And
it's
let's be honest,
ridiculous, lad.
let's be
It's
really frank, because
ridiculous.
he gets the third goal just before half time. We're flying, and he should have scored right after the break.
Game
But
over
let's
there,
be honest,
really.
if you really wanted to, like, he would have scored 5 goals. Maybe okay, not 5. Let's go with, I'd say at least a hat trick tonight if
He
he
could have,
really,
lad.
really wanted to, because that chance that Areola saves, which is actually a good save because the
The
power
very
is still
first one.
there,
Yeah.
he's got to be going across the keeper there and not near post where the keeper is. But who am I
He
to
went
tell
to.
him what
He
to do?
had another one, didn't he, lad? He had another one quick in the second half that came to him one on one as soon as the second half started,
Yeah,
and Ariola saved it. Like, and he could have had that was clear one on one for him. To be honest with
yeah,
you, so he's still
and
phenomenal, lad. He misses
uh,
chances and he still scores and has this massive impact. It's ridiculous.
and he hits the bar against Leicester as well. I mean, if you this sounds
Oh, yeah,
mad.
when went past him and then dribbled
Yeah,
past him, hit him with the right foot. He's a joke.
this sounds
He's a
mad. He
joke.
scored 20, right? It wouldn't have surprised me if he had scored 30 at this stage.
Yeah,
And then, and I mean, obviously, when Haaland broke the record a couple years ago, he was probably on about 30 at this stage,
yeah.
and he's 10 years younger than Mo Salah. So, well, not maybe not,
And about a
totally
foot
10,
higher as
but
well.
8 or 9 years at least, a
And he's
foot
got a team
higher.
surrounded but
Mo
billions of
Salah
pounds
is
worth of
still
players.
that guy. He is him.
Here he
I
is.
mean, what more can we possibly even say? There isn't enough words in the thesaurus and the dictionary to even put on him anymore, because he just he'll break a record,
Here he
and
is.
then
I'll tell you
4
one
weeks
right now.
later he'll break his own record again, and he's just
That's,
like, where does he
I'll give you
even
another
put
one,
all
lad.
his awards now?
I'll give you another record that he's just broke tonight, lad. He's now the first player in Premier League history to have goals and assists, the most of them. So he's got 8. That's more than any other player in
And
Premier
we're only
League history,
halfway
lad.
through the season.
Yeah, and he's going to do it again. There's no doubt in my mind in the form that he's on that he's not going to score and assist again. He's
Yeah,
fundamental to how we're playing at the moment.
and
Him and
also
Trent as well have just got this
we'll get on to Trent because that's
unbelievable link. Look,
fourth
we will. We're
goal,
going to talk about him, but let's
and I'm
just talk
sure.
a little bit more about Mo because he's just been so good for us, lad. Who was
But
it? It was a Fuizzi. Is that what you said? He said, "Is
yeah,
whoever gave him a hair transplant needs a Premier League medal as well." I agree, lad. It's like balanced as equilibrium or something. I don't know what it's done, lads, but it's look at him. He's like the first Salah that we got. I mean, he's been incredible every season, to be quite honest with you. But he's even better than the first season that we got him. This is ridiculous. You're 32, brother.
He's 32. Chill. Put your feet up. But no, he doesn't want to. I saw his interview at the end there as well, and obviously he was quite coy on the transfer chat, but he just says, I want to win the Premier League with Liverpool.
I love
If
that
he
so much
carries
now.
on how he's going, bro, he's going to score more than 44 goals, which is what he got in the first season.
In
And
this
it's just
vein
like,
of form, yeah.
we are, every single week, we're witnessing a legend stepping out onto the pitch every single week. One of the best players of all time. And is he going to go past 20 and 20 that Henry got? Well, he's already done that. He's already on 20 goals. And now
So
he's on 13 assists, I think. He got 2 more today. He's going to piss that. And if he
I
wins the
think he
league, if
actually
he wins
is.
the Champions League, then the argument, it might be done. The argument might be
Honestly,
done in Salah's favour. And it's not every week we don't want to come here and there and talk about Salah Henry, but as the weeks pile on, he keeps reminding us, don't forget me in that conversation, you know. And actually, I'm the A side. He wouldn't say that, obviously, because, you know, Henry is just Henry, but I'm fed up of comparing him to Henry. But as the weeks go on, it's hard not to. The
it's one of them, lads.
comparisons keep coming every week, and it's
It's
like,
going to be
whoa, yeah,
subjective. I think, like we discussed it last week, didn't we? Henry's probably the
every
best
week.
lad, but it's a different era of football, right? So if you want to watch Joga Benito football, because he's absolutely incredible. But if you want goals and you want to win stuff, then get Mo Salah because he's won everything and he's consistently one of the best goal scorers of all time.
Time.
Ridiculously consistent. There is no better for consistency than him. It's unbelievable.
The numbers are they make you speechless
I wonder
because
how long he's going to go on for. This is what I'm really thinking about, right? Like I do want to give him this contract, of course I do, but he's going to keep doing this. Like, how long does a player like this keep producing numbers? Like, how do you do it? It's like it's just almost like uncharted territory. This part of football, in a way, does that make sense? Players are starting to hit what
levels that we've not
late
seen before.
late 30s, lad. Like you see Modric and Cruz playing to like 38, 39, Ibrahimovic to the 40s, same with Ronaldo, Messi. A lot of these Suarez, mate, in his late 30s, like all of these players, the top class ones, are just seeming to be able to go forever. And Mo Salah, I think, is in that team, in that group of players that I feel like could go until he's 40, you know, mate. Like, not maybe not at the top level till he's 40, but definitely until he's like 35 or something, because the way he's carrying on is just, he's like he's getting better. It's like a
It's
wine.
actually like he's getting better. It's
It's
like he's
ridiculous.
quicker. It's like he's
We've
got
won.
more skills.
Bro,
That
he's not
shot.
quicker, right? This is the point, right? He's adapted his game from
No, but to
this
me,
pace player.
but when I say quicker, what I mean is like the way, because in the first season, a lot of the goals were not the cutest finishes, let's be honest. But I feel like this year he can step on the ball, roll it back, roll it forward really quickly. We saw that amazing goal against City and the Watford one a few years ago. But it's like he's doing it more. His passing has got better since he joined
Yeah,
Liverpool, for sure.
variety of passing is
He's
ridiculous.
getting better.
That's why
Salah
he's getting so many
is
assists.
still getting better. That blows my mind. What
It's because
32-year-old are we sitting here talking about that in the same breath as Mo Salah? Maybe Messi, Ronaldo, but I mean Lewandowski's scored a lot of goals since he's turned 30. You know, Suarez, he's in them brackets. You're right, bro.
yeah,
If
it's
he
mad.
wasn't before, he is now. So listen, we could do a 3-hour show on Mo Salah. He's just an icon now and one of undoubtedly Liverpool's top ever footballers to ever have played football for us. But the fourth
Yeah,
goal was scored by Trent. Big
yeah.
deflection. Obviously, it doesn't go in without the deflection. It's a good strike, obviously. Deflects off Kilman's head. But this is what I wanted to talk to you, Doyle. This is the burning hot topic, I think, of the show. It's
Of course
Trent's
it is.
celebration as he
Yeah.
goes and gives it all this as he runs over to Liverpool fans, which we love. But I'm seeing a couple of tweets here, not from myself, but I'm seeing this one from Paul Senior One on Twitter, and it says, "You can make the chat stop, lad," with the signing the autograph kind of contract emoji,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
pen and paper. So, yes, you know, it's worthy of a celebration. It's a long distance strike, obviously, really lucky to go in. But Doyle, when You see him doing that. What does that mean to you? What do you think he's trying to say with that message there?
I don't think he's trying to say anything. If he was trying to say I'm staying or he's trying to say I'm leaving, he would have said it by now, lad. So I think he's just saying there's a load of noise going on about it. I'm not listening to it. I'm just getting on with my game and scoring goals exactly like he did. I don't think we should read into it any deeper than that because it's not him saying I'm going to stay in Liverpool because that's all just noise, or it's not him saying I don't know. I just think don't read into it too much until he's literally it's come out of his mouth. Then it's gonna happen until it's come out of Liverpool, come out of Real Madrid, whatever. Then it's not happening. I just need the players to stay focused. I don't. I honestly, all this media crap needs to stay out of the news. I hate it, to be quite honest with you. And who's that? Is it Marca or Marca?
Yeah, Marca. They are
They're just the
basically,
mouthpiece for Real Madrid,
yeah,
mate. That's what they
of
are.
course.
I've read it. I've read all about them now recently, and they just push agendas for Real Madrid to pressurise players. And it's quite cheeky the way they're doing that, to be quite honest with you, because Liverpool
Horrible.
are in one of the best positions we've been in the last 5 years to win the league. The players are really focused. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. The players have been offered contracts. It's just a crap time to do, especially at Christmas when everyone's at home watching the news. They know they're going to get a lot of people tapping on this, making stories about it. We're talking about it right now. So I'm not really focused on it, lad. I remember Jude Bellingham was supposed to go to us, and if you and do you know what, lad? This is something that I heard one of the commentators say, and this is quite spot on. Do you remember Gerrard, lad? Yeah, remember when he was supposed to go to Chelsea, and that was all nailed on, and that was happening, and all that stuff, and then he didn't, did he? He stayed. So until it happens, it hasn't, and that's what I'm going to wait for. To be quite honest with you, just don't worry about it. I don't think the players are going to be worried
Yeah.
right now if Trent's going to be there next year. What they're actually worried about is winning the next game so they can win the one after that, to win the one after that, to win the bloody league. That's all we want to do, mate. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I agree with everything you say. I think the players on the pitch are so unfazed by contract talk. It's just the fans around, it's the media, it's the rival fans that are saying this and saying that. They're the ones that are driving the clicks to La Marca. And you're right, bro. They are a mouthpiece for Madrid. They've got this knack of singling out a player that Madrid would like to sign, saying that they're interested, which they're not lying about that. Any player would be interested in signing for Real Madrid. But it's the way people take that and spin it. I actually saw TNT tweeted about it as well, saying, according to reports in Spain, Trent has agreed to go to Real Madrid. I mean, that's actually quite naive, to be honest with you, socially, because you're spreading what isn't actually an authentic source. It might be a source. Don't get me wrong; they're one of the biggest publications. But in terms of, and obviously, if you're a Madrid fan, you're going to say it's an authentic source. But for a Liverpool fan, maybe this is the other side of the coin. We're saying, how dare you try and prize our player away with these articles? It gains attraction, it gains hits, makes people speak, puts pressure on. Maybe the club have to dig into the pockets even a little bit more after articles like this come out. But I'm fed
That's a
up
football.
of Marca. I'll be honest with you. They've done this to so many players of ours in the past, not just Liverpool. Obviously, they've taken Ronaldo, Beckham, Van Nistelrooy, massive players. But I'm fed up and I don't pay attention to them. And like Doyle says, and I agree with him, until we hear it out the horse's mouth, Trent, i.e., then we'll believe it. If we hear it from the club, then we'll believe it. But as we sit here, Doyle, 3 days he can speak to other clubs and sign pre-contracts. The only thing with the celebration for me is, yeah, I agree with that tweet a little bit. All this chat, yes, you can make a little joke about it in your celebration. And he's got every right to do that, of course. He must feel like everyone, the whole world is on his shoulders right now talking
Of
about him.
course.
But at the same time, you can stop all of this if you just say the magic words. And yes, there might be a gap on wages. I know that his brother's his agent. They want to get the best deal possible. But they're not just dismissing Liverpool offers. They're obviously carefully considering all of them. But bro, where does this one end up? Because with the pre-contract stuff, he can do that in a few days. We could be looking at Liverpool letting go of Trent for nothing in the summer. Where I mean, you had an open, honest chat on this earlier. How would you feel if it did come down to Trent leaving for nothing in the summer?
That's heavy. That's a
As a
proper heavy
Scouser
one.
as well, how would you feel about that?
Yeah.
Try not
Gutted.
to,
I'd be gutted. I genuinely would. And after I'd contemplate that, like I said, when we did the Sport Bible thing, I wouldn't really begrudge him if he did go, because he wouldn't want to go to Real Madrid, especially in the position in right now. The transitioning is probably going to get Xabi Alonso to buying all this best talent in the world that's still super young around his age. He's mates with one of the best players in the team. Like, it all fits perfectly. He's won everything with Liverpool. He might win the league this year, and it's a perfect send off. Like, it's all outside of Liverpool perfect. It's probably just Scousers that don't want the Scouse lad to leave, right? Of course we don't. So am I going to
But
be
for
gutted if
nothing,
he
Doyle.
leaves on a
That
free? Yeah,
it's the free
I'm
bit.
going to leave.
That's the bit.
That, yeah, I will be. Like, it almost tarnishes, doesn't it? It's the same way that Maka left and Owen left, and it did sort of put a shadow over everything that they did at the club. But we don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think it. What can you say, lad? It's money, innit? It's business. It's football. We're
And
not.
don't
We're
get me
not
wrong,
businessmen, lad.
it's Liverpool's fault for it even being in this situation, for it running this far along the line without a contract that he's going to accept there on the table. And I'm sure there's been offers, but how much do you blame ourselves? When I say ourselves, not me or you, but the club. And how much wouldn't you then blame Trent if he left? Do you understand what I'm asking? What percentage of this
Yeah.
is
So
our
you're
fault
saying
for letting it
that they
get this
haven't
far?
valued him. If he hasn't
Yeah.
felt valued, and they've given him an opportunity in business terms, right? So really, what they could have done was locked him into a contract 2 years ago, with the idea that he's genuinely going to be that successful, and took a risk on it, give him higher wages, whatever, which maybe potentially would have kept him at the club, or it would have went to Real Madrid, right? If you do want him, you're going to have to pay a ridiculous amount of money. But again, you don't know. It might not be in the player's best interest to do that in his own mind. So if we put things like buyout clauses, and we said something stupid like 150 mil or 100 mil, he wouldn't agree to that, because he thinks then now I'm getting almost barred from going by
Yeah.
outpricing other clubs. Does that make sense? So, because you don't pay that much for defenders, really, do you? You don't pay £1 million for a defender, lad. You do for a striker, but you don't for a defender. So, really, what can you do? I don't know,
Well,
lad. Liverpool's fault, yeah. What can you do, lad? It's probably Liverpool's fault in business sense, yeah. Should have locked him in. Absolutely should have got
what
this kid
percent
locked
is
in
it
already.
our fault, and what percent wouldn't you be blaming him for not forcing his way out? But I'd
This is
say
business, lad. The
I
club has given another club
I'd
a
say
way in.
it's more Liverpool. I'd say it's our fault, like 65, 70%
Yeah, they're
that
the
we
business
haven't locked
people,
this
lad.
down.
Trent is not a business person, lad. Right? So they should be able to lock him in a contract in some type of way, where he's got, I don't know, 3 more years on it. They should have done it 2 years ago. That's what they should have done. But
Yeah.
the business model that they've got right now doesn't work like that, right? They don't spend loads on wages. Most of that to have 5 amazing seasons to get a pay rise, lad. So maybe this just doesn't. Trent just doesn't want to be working with them. Lad. He wants more money. He wants, I don't know, a different change or something. I don't know, lad. You can't say anything, because you've never had anything from Trent's party to come out and say anything. So we don't know his character
But would
around
it
these
help if
things.
they did? Even if it was bad
No,
news?
no, I don't think it. I don't think you should keep any of this business side. Just focus on football, lad. This is what I don't think any of it is necessary until the end, until the times when it is in the transfer windows. That's it, really. During the season, it's just taking away focus. I really don't.
I mean, look, is there a world where the title's wrapped up by April and he signs in April?
There's a world where we might have see all of them signed in January, lad, but I doubt it. I think all three contracts are going to basically wait until the very last moment to announce when they can do it. I honestly do, lad. That's what I
Nah.
think's going to happen.
And do you know
So
what?
maybe the end of the season, lad.
It's such a beautiful season to witness as well this year. And there's just that little shadow in the background. Every win, every time Virgil plays well, every time Trent scores, every time Salah scores, we're also happy. We're top of the league. How can't we be jubilant? We might win the Champions League, might win the Premier League. But there's always this little shadow, this elephant in the room that's going, but what about the contracts? Are they under wraps? No, they're not. They're far from it. And Salah said that in his interview today. They're far far away from agreeing. So as we stand here and sit down, as we sit here at the end of 2024, am I more confident that all three are going to sign in 2025? No. But a celebration like that, there's got to be a meaning behind it. And I think I would hope that means stop talking. Don't worry. Everyone's talking.
He's
I'm
left
gonna
it
do
up
it.
for interpretation again, lad. So I'm not
Do you
trying
know
to
what would have
interpret it.
been the GOAT
Can't be.
celebration though?
If he did that, lad,
If
that would
he
have been
went,
good.
if he
Yeah,
did that, I would have lost my
but he
mind.
didn't. That's the point. He's done what he did, and with that was. Doesn't matter about all the talking. I'm still going to be good. I'm not distracted. That's what that
That's
actually
what it
was.
meant. Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Oh, all the talking, and I'm still going to sign. Because if he wanted to sign, he would have said, "I'm going to sign." Right? We've got to wait for the negotiations of the contracts. You never know. Players change demand. Zubimendi was going to come to Liverpool last season. So was Caicedo. All the human
Lavia.
beings.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe it comes to it and Trent's like, actually, I don't want to leave Liverpool. I want to stay here. See what happens. It happened with Gerrard. Until then, just keep winning games of footy. Win the league, yeah. And also, I can't bother with Trent talking no more, lads. I honestly can't, because it's just doing me head in. Joey Gomez went off injured,
I
lad.
know. I know.
That's heavy. Yeah,
That's not good.
that's very heavy. That's an
Looks like
immediate.
Canate is gonna have to come straight back in against United now.
Well, they said that he might come in United, didn't they? They said he might be fit for that, which is just perfect timing because we need it. But if not, young Kwanzaa, I believe, got a confidence builder in the West Ham game there, lad. I think that he needs that under his belt because he's been a
Clean
little
sheet.
bit shaky. So, yeah, he needed that. He had a few battles on the pitch. If he does play against Man United, he might remember his horror pass from last game, so it might, help him get over a few goosebumps again. So, but we need Kanate back. We absolutely do. In the summer, this is what I mean, lad. This is one of the actual things that I'm worried about if Trent does leave. It just leaves us with a gap. Like, yes, we're going to leave a brilliant player is going to leave in his Scouse, and we'll be gutted about that. But more importantly, now we've got to find other players again on top of, we need a centre back, then we're going to need a right back. Are we talking about replacing Robbo? Are we going to need a left back as well, lad? Are we going to need another centre mid? That's 4 players in very key positions. He
It's
just needs to
another little
stay,
rebuild.
so to just give us less of a headache,
Yeah.
Because I can't be bothered, lad. Just stay, Trent, just for the lack of headache. Your boss as well. You are boss, lad, but just give us less of a headache. Unless Conor Bradley's ready to absolutely step up and Jarell Conte is absolutely ready to step up, we need players in their positions, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Bazatic, again, he's another player. Unless he's ready to absolutely turn it on and step up, we need players in these positions. So we're seeing it now this season. Everyone's getting injured in centre back, and I hate it when it happens. We're so lucky that Virgil's
And he
fit.
touched his hammy as well, man. Didn't look good.
Who?
Virgil, another great game.
Joey did that with his hammy, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, he touched
Lad,
the back of his leg.
Virgil got volleyed by Jared Bowen in the game, and I
Yeah.
panicked. That was a moment where I was like, "Oh wow! If he gets injured, lad, everything could be derailed here." You seen it
Yeah.
with Arsenal with Saliba, didn't you? With season when he got injured, lad, and he just dropped off for a bit.
But there was also a moment where Van Dijk's gone up the other end, cuts it inside of Mavropanos,
It was
and
insane, lad.
gets a shot where it's a decent shot as well. It's a decent save, but Luis Diaz was playing Virgil through on goal, so
It was
that's
boss,
how
lad.
you end the game, right? And obviously Virgil, I think he's going to sign. I do think Mo signs as well. And the 5th goal, Diogo Jota, another person who's probably up in the air whether he's going to be at Liverpool, maybe
What are
beyond
you talking
next
about, lad?
season.
He'll be
Yeah.
signing for Liverpool, lad. He'll be there.
No, okay. Well,
He needs to be.
we are managing his minutes though, aren't we? He got half an hour today, gets the goal, great finish as well to make it a 5-star
Bleed
performance.
him in,
What a
lad. Bleed
weekend.
him. He scores every time that you play him. I'm absolutely got no problem with bleeding him in right now. You're like a delicate little flower, lad. That's got the touch of an angel when it comes to finishing, but also bright stick legs, lad. So let's keep you nice and steady. Yeah, for the games when we need you, mate, because you will score every time that we need you to. Another assist from Mo as well. Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one. Yes, another one, darling. Yeah. That's 2
Mad.
assists and a goal in the same game again. Unbelievable. And we look forward to United, who of course lost again. And just to obviously get you in the mood for that, I'll go through the table and see where they are. It might take us a while. But in the table right now, as we sit here on Sunday night, Liverpool, 18 games played, 45 points on the board. Unbelievable. Goal difference of 28. Nottingham Forest, second in the table with 37
Mad.
points.
Absolutely
Fair
mad.
play. Fair play. And we go away there in a couple of weeks. So
It's the only team we've lost to as well, lad. I'm scared to
I
play
know.
them, to be quite
I
honest with
know.
you.
They might do the double over
They
us.
are a
Jesus.
force, then.
They are. Arsenal in third place, 36 points. Chelsea 35 in fourth. Sorry, Arsenal third. City back up to fifth, 31 points
The
after a win against Leicester.
14 points behind us, lad, or something.
At the minute, it's 14 points. Yeah. Man City in fifth, Bournemouth sixth, Newcastle seventh, Fulham eighth, Villa ninth, Brighton 10th, Tottenham with their draw go up a place into 11th, Brentford in 12th, West Ham, who we've just battered 5-0 and it should have been about 8-0, are in 13th, and Manchester United, Doyle, are in
Whoa.
14th with 22 points. And just below them are Crystal Palace, who are actually in a bit of a relegation scrap with Everton and Wolves, and then it's and then it's Leicester Ipswich Saints. I mean, there's been
What, did they in
teams.
a
Did you see that
relegation
stat
scrap?
yesterday? There's been teams that have got 26 points at this point of the season and have been relegated.
What?
United have 22 points, brother. They've conceded more than they've scored. Goal difference -3. I want to absolutely destroy them 7-0 again next week.
Absolutely, lads. Anfield as well. I want to absolutely batter them. And we should, the way we're playing at the moment, mate. I don't think there's any team that can stop us, and definitely
We
not
will
Man
batter
United,
them.
who are in
We will
14th
batter
place.
them.
14th? This is unprecedented. What is
14th.
this, lad? Man United are in 14th place. If I said to the, I don't know,
Halfway through
10-year-old
the
version of
season.
me, they wouldn't believe this, this is unreal. Unreal, lad. We're
Never.
going to batter these next week. And we've got a nice rest in between as well. We've got a week now, haven't we? The whole 7 days, which the lads haven't had, and they're going to need it because they've got 8 games in January. So get your bootstraps tied, mate, because you're going to need some energy.
Honestly,
What,
bro,
we've got a semi-final, is it? Yeah,
I'm
as
just
well.
looking at the you know, the table and the fixtures. They're favourable. Yes, you've got a really tough period away at Forest and away at Brentford. Two teams really, really good at home.
Brentford.
But if you can smash United, the confidence that gives you is mad. And then I think it's Tottenham away again on the Wednesday
So
next
is it
week in the
United
cup
Forest?
game.
Is that what it is?
No, it's United, Spurs, Accrington Stanley, then Forest,
Wow.
then Brentford away.
Wow.
So listen, a proper mixed bag that for the next 5 games. I've never even put those 5 teams in the same sentence before. United, Tottenham, Accrington Stanley,
I've got
Brentford,
confidence in
and
it, though,
Forest.
I really do. The performances that we're putting in at the moment are like sleek, professional performances, mate. We are demolishing teams efficiently. Like, we went to 3-0 and then took our foot off the gas for the second half and still scored 2 goals. We are relentless. We are unbelievable at the moment, mate. Really believe in us. I do.
Unbelievable.
The one that I'm worried about is Forest, definitely, because even with all the momentum that we built going into that Forest game, they were
Mm,
they were good then. They proper nullified us, mate. We could not move the ball about in that game properly. Every pass was a little bit off. I
yeah.
remember being a little bit worried. And when we lost that game, everyone was like, oh, is this the start now where the new manager bounce ends and all that? It wasn't. It absolutely wasn't.
Small
But
blip.
still, yeah, very small. But still, you want to get them back on a slot. If we've learned anything about him so far, he's a very smart man. So I can imagine he's been watching that team going, yes, excellent. Yeah. Just thinking,
And
what can I
also,
do with that bald head, lad? His big brain in there thinking, what can I do to that team to get them back? I can see it, lad.
and also Darwin's last minute winner there last year. I'd take one of them if you offered it
Oh,
now. That was magical, mate. 99 minutes.
unbelievable. The
That was
crappiest header as
unbelievable.
well. Just a proper little floppy
Little
header down on the
flickers,
side of
yeah.
it. Didn't even hit the front of his head, hit the side of his head like bash.
Because you're not in the studio this week, I'm doing a big preview with Flex on Thursday. But what is your score prediction for Liverpool, Man United?
4-0, lad.
4-0.
I'm not even trying to be disrespectful there, lad. I just feel like we want them. We're gonna go for them. Stanfield, mate.
I'll go 5.
They're gonna be up
And
for it.
listen, it's come back to bite me in the past. I've predicted 6s, 7s, and it's been 0-0. But I almost don't care about the
Go with the
past.
2-1
I'm
then,
looking
lad.
at all right, fine. 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1.
2-2
Yeah,
0 Liverpool.
yeah.
2-0 Liverpool, but really 6.
They beat Man City, and I know Man City are crap, but when Man United have a thing where they can get up for big games,
mm.
they've just got a thing where they do it. Like, that's why they won the FA
If you
Cup
offered
last
me a
season.
2-1 right now, last minute winner, I'd 100% take it, obviously.
Anything,
Any
lad, I
win
don't
I'll take.
care what scoreline any of these games are. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
just
want to
win.
win.
Just
Honestly,
win,
I,
win,
I
win.
want this league, mate. We need to win this league. We need to be watching Mo Salah and the firm lifting that Premier League cup, lads.
Yeah.
Invite Jurgen Klopp back as well, mate. Get him
Oh,
back
yeah.
just to have a
Have a
little. You know what I
couple of
mean?
bevies. Yeah.
Yeah, man,
No,
Anna
that
and just
makes sense.
celebrate it.
But yeah, like you say, bro, nice little rest actually for 7 days. You know, you
Mm.
can bed in Kanate back in training. Hopefully, Connor Bradley can make the bench. I mean, when everyone's fit, bro, there's players that aren't even making the bench.
We're that
Like
good at the moment.
very good players that aren't making the bench. And
Yeah.
that's when you can look to change things up in the summer. I thought Endo was fantastic today when he came on for half an hour again. I
I need
love
to
the
keep
guy.
remembering about Wataru as well. If we do need somebody for centre back, he can slip in
He
there
can
for us.
slip
So
in there, and
yeah,
he's good there as well. So,
he is.
oh mate, I love him more and more every performance with
He doesn't
Endo,
like him
and
though. He doesn't like him.
I just love him. Right, let's round it up then. 5-star performance, 5 goals, 5 different goal scorers, 8 points
Super sick.
clear at the top of the league in the Prem before the new year with a game in hand. Salah top assist, Salah top for goals, second best defense in the league. Pretty boss. Trent, Salah,
Who's got
both
the best
spoke.
defence in the league?
Arsenal 16 conceded. We've
Ah,
conceded 17.
boring.
Boring, but it's all right though. They'll concede. Um, But yeah, Trent obviously made a little gesture. What do we think of that? That's a big hot topic on this episode.
Don't think
Virgil
nothing
and
of
Mo
it.
are asked all the time. Sorry?
Don't think nothing of it.
You don't
No
think
one.
nothing of it. I think
No.
there's a little veiled message, but again, it's quite a neutral one. It's not saying I'm going to leave. It's not saying I'm going to stay. So, what do you think in the chat? And then obviously looking ahead to United and a nice little rest as well. No midweek game for the first time in a month. I'm pretty sure.
Which I miss,
So,
to be honest.
huh?
I love what I miss, to be honest, lad. I love
Yeah.
watching Liverpool as literally as much as possible, which is terrible because they're human beings. But just watching them makes me day, mate. Do you know what I mean? This has
Ah, of
been a
course,
great
man.
Sunday.
It really
Still in
has
my
been
Liverpool top,
one of
lad.
the best weekends. I've got my Guinness top on.
It's been a great Christmas, mate. We've had some great Christmas results. We had Spurs, Leicester, and now this one. We've ended the year with a win. Tazzy, Daisy, mate.
And
Boss.
Tabby Dozer, absolutely beautiful. It is what a time to be a Liverpool fan, man. But listen, every game that we win, we keep getting reminded that these contracts need sorting. Um, Salah saying we're not close. Slot drops a hint. What was this hint? Let's have a quick read. He said, I don't think I have much to say about it. I'm really happy with Trent Azam, with Mo and Virgil. For me, there's no difference. Maybe there is more happening in the media with Trent, but the other two, but I'm really happy with the 3. Yeah, he's shutting it down. On the celebration, he said, I don't think it's negative at all. He's playing really well. He scored a great goal, and the way he celebrates probably tells you enough. So keeping it close to the chest. So what do you think about all of that chat in the chat? Subscribe to the channel. This has been filmed on Sunday evening, but will go out on a Monday. So start your week the right way and enjoy hot Kopics with myself and Doyle. And then later on in the week, of course, we've got Flex on. Got the game. I'll be outside doing fan cams after. So looking forward to that as well. But right now, we just got to enjoy it because at the top, it is
It's
just
just us.
us. Doyle, you legend. Thank you so much once again. Any
Thanks.
final messages?
Uh, we end the year with a win. Hopefully end the season with a Premier League title, lad.
I'll take that all day long. Doyle, legend. We'll see you next week on Hot Topics. We'll be back in the studio next Monday. But until then, just go and enjoy yourself. Have a great
Yeah.
day and a happy new year. And thank you for all your support this year. You've been wonderful. So please, I hope that this year and the next year is filled with hope, happiness, health, success, because you deserve it. Big up to you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Happy New Year, Doyle.
Thank you. You too, brother.
Nice one, lads. Okay. Take care now, Bill. All right, lad. Off you go now. How'd you get this Bluetooth off? What's going on? Can you Bluetooth this to my son? Anyway, take care. All the best. Bye-bye. Seriously, get out.
Right.